Hello guys, welcome back. We are going to go through part 2 of our CV review for international job hunt. Now, this is what we discussed previously, just a quick recap. This was the part 1. We looked at the cover page, minimum requirements. We went to the cover letter, minimum requirements. Then we said these are the minimum requirements for the summary or introduction or objective. And then we looked at our friend's resume, Mr. Lefa, and this was the summary here. And which I just quickly touch on this because I realized today as I'm going through the part 2 that Mr. Lefa here, he's only talking about being a chemical analyst at the laboratory, but he did not mention his employer, type of employer or working environment here. It makes a huge difference when you are to apply either for oil and gas or you're going to mining or other houses. You need to reflect here from which type of employer house you're coming from. We also looked at the summary in terms of from KaribaWorld, what we looked at and how we can improve it. So now we will move on to part 2 of the presentation to show you how our minimum requirements versus Mr. Lefa's current CV. This is the second part of the internationally acceptable CV. We're reviewing Mr. Lefa's resume based on KaribaWorld minimum criteria. Now, under formal education, we have the name of the institution. It needs to be reflected. Qualifications, major subjects, year of graduation. If he has any additional certificates, professional certificates with full description, needs to be included. And here we just, as a keynote, if one has acquired at least 3 qualifications, I will prefer to present this section in a table format. It will come out neat. And in terms of the next section, education-wise, he has advanced diploma in chemistry, tick, but there's no name of institution. Year acquired, I assume it's this, it will be this, but I prefer it to be clear. He must say date of graduation. He has all his major subjects, which is good. The next one is a national diploma. No name of institution. Name of institution is not listed here. 28 June 2019. Also, I'm assuming these are the subjects. Senior certificate. My advice will be, Mr. Lefa, remove this. You don't need this. You already have this tertiary level, graduated. Professional certificates, we see here, he has listed 3 of them, but now he's just listing which institution did you do this? Is the institution recognized? When did you do this? I would like to know because some certificates, they have to be, either exam for renewal and so. Formal education, this is a recommendation from us, KaribaWorld. In the case of Mr. Lefa, I would highly recommend that we tabulate the results. If you look at the table here, it's much neater, it's clear. You have the name of the institution, qualification or certification, major subject, year of graduation. So the presentation is very neat, not clustered. Anyone can look at this, the information is clear. First time you look at it, it's understandable. Even this, as part of his additional professional certificates, he needs to have a name of institution. This is the certification, major subject, year of graduation or year of acquiring the certification. At least like this, very presentable, very neat. Even me, if I'm the employer or the recruiter, I say, this person is going to do things right, neat, the first time. This is what we want. International recruitment. In terms of this formal experience, these are the minimum requirements. Name and country of employer, very important. Now we're going overseas. We need to know the name of the employer, the country, type of industry, your job title. This is from your last job. Period of work from to. If you have worked at other places as well, you need to have them in chronological order. List the name and country of employer, type of industry, job title, from to date, reasons for leaving if you have already left the employer. And we advise that you use bullet points for this section. Don't go into paragraphs. Last but not least, this very important, job accomplishments. List this measurable impacts. Add at least 3 measurable achievements for each job that you work at. Your accomplishments or achievements must be concise, clear, and easy to understand. Now we are on Mr. Lefar's formal experience, part 1. This is the current employer. Part 2, which is the next one, is the previous employer. Now let's see. Name of employer, it is here, South African operations. I would have liked Mr. Lefa to actually put here name of employer and have this. And then the next one, type of industry, pharmaceutical. Job title, chemical analyst. Work period from this to present. For me, because I'm aware of how people do this, I'm looking at resumes, on a day-to-day basis. It's easy, but for someone out there, the presentation, they look at it, they say this says a lot about the CV owner. This one, no, we cannot rely, he's not neat. We look at the duties, working in a validation laboratory, testing the stability, testing the what, provide services according to production plan, prepare and analyze, perform routine analysis. When I read all of this, here I see someone who wants to be told day to day what needs to be done. I don't see someone who's innovative, someone who has the push, someone who is motivated, someone who is a go-getter. I see someone who follows the rules, I see someone who wants to be supervised. Once you go out into the world, the salary picks up because of currencies, and the potential employer or recruiter, they want someone who will do the job from day one, not to be supervised, monitored, taught, trained. No, they need someone who's experienced and someone who is not going to be waiting for orders. You see, provide services according to production plan. No, no, no. We don't want you to be providing services according to production plan. No, we spoke about achievements and the wording here. I want someone who is someone who takes charge, someone who's going to deliver, because this anyone can do this. Why must I hire you? I can hire anyone locally in my home country, pay them cheap salary. They can perform. Now I need someone who is going to be innovative, push, have the guns. So let's move on to the next part 2. We are now on Mr. Lefa's formal experience part 2. I'm coming to this part 2 because, Mr. Lefa's introduction, all he had mentioned was, I'm a chemical analyst working in a laboratory, because he did not include the type of industries and all that. Only when I went into the body of his resume in terms of informal experience, then I pick up, oh, he also worked in a petrochemical industry. This is a serious punch if you want to go, especially Middle East. Mostly it's petrochemical, oil and gas. And this is not reflected or shown in his introduction. So the summary is very important. You can see here he worked with 2020 to 2023. It's like 3 years of experience he acquired in petrochemical industry just for this part. And it is not reflected, or it is not clear in his summary. Let's see. Here's the name of company. Okay, type of industry, petrochemical, senior laboratory analyst. This is from to date, but also we don't have why did Mr. Lefa leave from this job? Was he fired? Was he retrenched? Did he leave because he was headhunted? Was it a promotion? We need to know this information, and it is not here. And again, the presentation to me is not appetizing. I will come to the next slide where I recommend what KaribaWorld will put out there for him, and he can agree or disagree or accept or not accept. Duties is put again: certification of finished products, execute troubleshooting, calibration, monitor, control samples, training and supervising, working, conducting plan. All I see once again here for Mr. Lefa is someone who follows the rules, someone who wants to be led. When you come out overseas, international, we don't need someone who is led. We want someone who leads. We want you to lead, and we want you from day one to start seeing improvements. In terms of formal experience, recommendation from KaribaWorld, this is what we will say to Mr. Lefa. How about you restructure and reweight and look at what improvements did you bring to this company or in this job. These are just some of the examples based on where he's working. He's in a laboratory. We will say, if I was Lefa, I managed and supervised a lab testing facility of 10 members on a day-to-day basis. Okay, yeah, you are a leader. I implemented a new sampling system which improved testing throughput by 30%. These are just examples. I'm not saying that Lefa should put this. I'm showing examples so that he can start thinking. If he doesn't have any, he needs to start doing something about it so that he can add to his resume. Updated method evaluation and validation, improved system accuracy, which improved system accuracy from 85 to 95%. Now, we're talking achievement. So we say, oh, this guy can perform. Yeah, he's a performer. Implemented new housekeeping rules, which led to our team winning first prize over an 11-month period. Oh, yeah, this guy, he's a leader. Wherever he is, whatever he touches turns to gold. Supervised the HSE team on a weekly basis to hold open safety talk discussions with the team, leading us to achieve 2 million hours free injury for the first time over a period of 1 year. For the first time. Because if you stop here, we could have said, oh, what if somebody else before you, they've done the same? So it doesn't matter. Now, supervised weekly instrument maintenance team. This led to an improvement of equipment availability and reliability, picked it up from 85% to 100% over a 6-month period. Oh, that's a great achievement. So now Mr. Lefa stands out as someone who takes charge, who leads.
Yes, now this brings us to the end of part 2. I think part 3 will be the last one. This is taking a little while because I'm taking you guys step by step how we do the review. But on an ordinary day, if I was doing my job, Lefa had given me the resume, maximum anything between 30 minutes to 1 hour, I can do it, write all my recommendations, send it back to him, he can amend it, and then we have an agreement. But now, because I'm going step by step showing you, that's why I take my time. This is how I teach. I hope you guys just bear with me, but it can only be better for you, especially, the new graduates and so on. So let's do it right. Let's do it right. Now I'm just going to close upload. Time to sleep. Shanana.